what is string methods and array methods. Okay, this is a simple example. I'll not say this is very simple, but this is a reality of example. Okay, see here, this is my three
Ma'am,
files. I'll close all other files. Yes. Oh, screen not shared. Once again.
madam.
Okay, see here now. So I'll close this all other files. Okay, this is my JavaScript thing. So this is for .html, and I have a .js file, and I have a .css file. So there are three files I have. Okay. So take this one as your assignment. So just if you have a free time, just do it on Saturdays and Sundays. Okay. So see, in this place, I've given a .css file, and this is my .js file. Okay, come down. You can see the form. So in this form, first thing is name and the one submit attribute, and have action attribute. This is not important as of now because we are not learning about server side scripting. Okay, and the method, it can be post or it can be get, but here we mentioned that .php, right? So we can go with the post. If it is a get, so you can see it in the URL itself. In the URL itself, you can see the information what the user is typing. Okay, come down. So here I've created a row. Okay, in this row, I have something called full name, text, and the div class error. So for this, if any error throws, so for that I'm giving a name as a error, and the ID name differs. For email ID also the same thing, and for mobile number, and for country and gender. So gender you already know. So what is the type? It's going to be a radio. And hobbies. So form inline, it should be like, it will be within some things. Example, see here. So this is the exact output for this. If you give a form inline, so what happens is it will be within this column. So otherwise, if you remove this, functionality, you go and check in the style element. In the form inline, what I mentioned, so display should be a inline block. So if I remove this to be a block, so let's check what happens. See here, the format changes to be the block one. So I don't want this to be in this position. So I will change this to be an inline block. Okay. And just come down. So I have a submit button. This is how we have created. Okay. Now go to the style element. So whatever the presentation you are going to do it in CSS file, then you can do it in this .css. You can create a separate file for this. Sorry guys. So in this body element, so I've given some font size and background color, everything is there. For the H2, so what are the colors I'm going to use? So what the form width should be. So if I increase the form width should be to be 500, so it get increased. Okay, so this is how it will be. Okay, and what is the padding values and margin and border radius? So border radius is, this is a border radius. If I increase this to be some 20, let's check. So it has been decreased. That is, the border radius has been changed. So if I give some 50, it will be like this. Okay. And for label, so label is nothing but this name is called as a label. So label element is mostly used for the screen readers. Okay. So I'm giving this to be a block. So if I remove this, So what happened is it will not have that functionality. Okay, so save this. So you can see some spaces and everything will be there. Okay, and margin bottom. So if you increase the margin bottom to be 10 pixel for this label and this, you can see a much gap between the below the label. Okay, and for I, what is a label I? Okay, I think a label, I think it's an ID. Okay, next input and text. So what it should be displayed. If it is a class, then obviously you have to use dot here, right? And form inline. So what are the different things you are going to give? Just play here. Okay. And see here, input type submit. If I click on submit, it should hover and the color should be changed. See here, come down and you can see here some color has been changed. So you can change these colors to be some pink. So when you are hovering, you can see some pink color appears. So you can make like this. You need to mention what type it is, input type. Okay. And this plays a major role. So what is a validated.js file? So for each and everything, okay, for each and every element, we have done a data validation, not a field basic validation. We're going to do the data validation. Okay, so see here. So I have created some function keyword, and the function name is print error. Okay, and I'm giving two parameter in this. So one is element ID, and the another is int message. So first I will throw this element ID dot inner HTML. So it should throw a int message. Okay, let's check what is that is element ID. So where it get placed. So the element ID. It is okay. I think they are directly using this. So a minute, let me check. Okay, yes. We are giving some two parameters. In the previous example, we done something, right? So we given some parameter in the function itself and we just used it. The same wise, we are giving some two different parameters and we are going to initialize this. Okay. So get down. So this is a validate form. So for the name, what I will get the contact form and name and value. So just go here and check. Okay. In this place, you can see a document and I'm going to initialize some value for this in the contact form. What is a form name? Form name is contact form, right? So here you need to mention the contact form name and the what you're going to check. So here the name is name and this one email. So that you need to mention and you are going to get the value for all these things. For hobbies alone, it will be like an array. So for that, we mentioned this and you can check it in the hobby. There is hobbies. Okay. In this hobby, I'm taking it as an array. First, I'll tell you one example and you can go through all other things. Okay, I'll send you this notes as well. So for, I'm initializing some variable and I is less than the checkbox dot length. Okay, with 0 and checkbox length is what? There is checkbox, so 1, 2 and 3, right? So 3 checkbox, that is 0, 1, 2 is there. So it will calculate as 3. So 0 is less than 3. Yes, it is true. Then it will move on to this if statement. So check boxes of I. So first is 0, it is checked. Yes. Then hobbies dot push. What happened is the hobbies a variable dot push method. So I'm going to push this value inside. Okay. So what is a variable? So that will get executed. So if the first thing is not and the second will get on. So until the three values get over. So let's check here. There is hobbies. Can check this and check this. All the three values will be get checked. Wait a minute, I'll give some information. Click on submit. So you can see all the information has been displayed here, right? So this is how it will be. Okay, this is a simple validation form, data validation. If you give something wrong, it will not show you the output. Okay, I'll share this one, so just check. So here, this is called as a name validation. So this is entirely called as a regular expressions. Okay. So what it will check is it will check whether the name is mentioned in the within this. That is, it may be in a lowercase or it may be in a uppercase. So both will be accepted. Okay. So this dollar symbol is it is for ending the parameter, and this one is to start the thing. For this we are using. Okay. And in the regular expression it will test the name. So while testing the name, if it is false, then it will show. So please enter the valid name. If not, then it will goes on. It will display the output. For this alone we are giving this if else statement. Okay. So this is how it will work. If you have any sort of questions in this, you can ask me. And next, the important thing is a string method and array method. We'll see that. So once we complete this, the JavaScript got over. So create a basic template HTML, HTML. So if you want, I can also help you with that regular expression detailing in the next class. Okay. So head. Okay. So here, first we'll confirm. So what we are going to do. Okay. In this one, we have different, string methods. Line by line, we'll see what are the different string methods and how we are going to use it. The first thing is length. So here I will give something, some information like variable a is equals to some value. The script itself are doing. Okay. So script in the script let a equals to some numbers. Okay, I'm giving a name. I hope everyone put your names in the chat box because I'm going to consider that alone. Okay. So here I'll go with the document dot write. I'm going to get the length of this string. So a dot length. Let's check the output. So here you can see a 14 elements are there, that is characters are there. So let's check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So totally we have 14 string. Okay, and you want to more and giving one more name. Let's run this. So here you can see 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So totally we have 8 string, that is a length. And next, extracting the string parts. How we can extract the string parts? I am recording the session. So now extracting the string. So how we can extract? In extracting the singers, the first one is a slice. Slice you need to mention start and end value. Okay, and the next one is substring. Need to give start, comma, end, and sub str. So here also you need to mention start and the length. Okay. So first we'll see what is slice method. So in the slice method, it will extracts a part of string and return the extracted part in a new string. So who will do that? Just copy this. So I'm going to extract some values here. So let's take, for an example, let C equals to some names. Sirisha, and then Lakshmi, and then Swarupa. Okay, so these are the names. So I'll put some comma. Okay, so this is how it will be. So now I'm going to slice it. So just copy this, paste it here. So in document.write, what I'll do is just give C dot and slice it out. So how we can slice? You need to give the start, where you are going to start, and what is the end value. So here I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So from 1 to 8 I need to skip. So I need the value of 1 to 8. So let's check. Sorry, you need to mention this one to be a 0. So here you can see Sirisha. Okay. And next one is this is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 9 to 15. So excuse me. So this is going to be a name of Lakshmi. You can see the name of Lakshmi. So this is how you can slice. So give me 1 minute. Okay, so you can slice it off like this, and once it is done, next we'll see about a substring. So how we can do a substring, and negative value will be accepted here in this slice method. And the next is substring. So substring is nothing but if you are trying to so the only difference between the slice and substring is, so end values is less than 0. So it should be a less than 0 as 0 in f sub str. So let's check the same thing I'm going to use here as sub string. So what happened is the same output it returns, but it extracts us in the last. If you omit the second parameter, will slice out the rest of the string. So if you are not giving any values here, so what happened is will give the entire value. But if suppose I'm using a slice, so here also I'm getting the same thing. But there is only one difference. The difference is that start and the end values is less than 0 or treated as a 0. So if you give -1 also, here if I give 0, it will accept. But if I give some -1 or some values, again it will accept. So if I give -1, it will accept and show you this A, right? But if I go and give it in the st substring, here it will not accept the that is a 0, minus negative values as a, it will consider it as a 0. Okay, and one more thing is called as a sub str. So sub str is, just copy this, I'm changing this to sub str. So in this particular thing, what happened is the parameter specify the length of the extracted part. Okay, it will show the, it will get the length of the extracted part. So if example I'm giving 7 to 6, then it will exactly extract that particular thing. Okay, so just go here, the same thing in sub string and sub str. So I'm giving a value to the example, um, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. So I'll give it 8 comma some 15. See here what it shows. It shows Lakshmi Swaravu. So totally it will consider as a 15. Okay. So that's how it will be. Okay. From 8, it will calculate 15 numbers. So I hope you would have understood this concept. So we'll connect on next Monday. Okay, most probably we'll connect on next Monday. So please prepare whatever I told you, and just check, take some data validation, and try some example in that. So which will really help you in the interview point of. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. We can wind up now. Bye, everyone.